Global, Disk, and Management. Global mode is where you can adjust and edit a variety of things that pertain to the KRONOS as a whole. Global transpose, global MIDI channel, etc. You edit drum kits and wave sequences in this mode as well. This is also where you select if a bank is EXI or HD1. Notice here that you can globally turn Karma and drum track off. Sometimes you may want to simply go through the sounds without interacting with drum track or Karma. To save any changes so they'll be there after the KRONOS is turned off and on, you'll need to write global. Disk mode is where you save and load data to the internal solid-state drive or to external USB media. Anything that you create or edit in the KRONOS can be saved to disk. There are a number of file types for different types of data, for example, .pcg and .sng. PCG will have the program, combination, and global data, as well as set lists and drum track patterns. SNG stands for song, a file that stores all the songs from sequencer mode. It's important to keep your data organized. For example, keeping the .pcg and .sng files of a particular project in a master folder, or directory as it is sometimes called, the same way you organize things in folders on your computer. From the Utility tab, Page menu, Create Directory. I'll name the directory KRONOS Video. Save tab. I touch the directory I just created and then open. Pull down the menu. As you can see, you can save just the PCG, just the sequences, etc. For this example, I'm choosing Save All. Name it. Here I can select specifically what I want to save. However, when working on a project, it's a good idea to save all the programs, combis, and global as well, even if you only created a song in the sequencer and didn't edit any programs. At a future date, you may change some of the programs or load different programs into the bank and program locations your song is using. When you load these files back in, you'll want everything to be exactly as it is at this point, so I'll save everything. You'll see that it's created the two files I mentioned earlier, .pcg and .sng. This folder with the _A contains all the audio files I recorded. This KGE file contains the current user Karma patterns. KSC and this folder have the information and files from the sampling I did. And this user bank KSC file has the links to the EXS and user sample banks. Details are in the PDF manuals and onboard help system. When the KRONOS is turned off, the sequencer songs and the samples in RAM are erased. After the KRONOS is turned on, you'll need to load them in again to work on them. By the way, the samples can be set to auto-load. We'll look at that in a moment. Load tab. I'm still in the KRONOS video folder. If I wasn't, I would need to select the folder and open. If I select the SNG folder and touch Load, it gives me the option to load any other data within that folder with the same name. I can choose them here or leave the boxes empty. Touching OK continues the load process, but let's go back. I can also select a folder like the PCG folder and open it, and load data from within that folder. Right down to loading a single program into a particular location. It's a good idea to occasionally back up your data to an external drive. I'll connect an external hard drive to one of the two USB-A ports. From the Utility page, I select the data I want to copy to the external drive. Multiple Select allows me to select several items. From the menu, select Copy. I choose the destination drive here. It may not appear right away. It takes a few seconds for the KRONOS to recognize the drive. Select the drive and touch Paste. Done. There's a huge sample and sound library available for the KRONOS, not only from KORG, but from third-party companies like KPro, KRO, KidNeyPro, IrishAxe, Kelfar, K-Sounds, and Boulder Sounds, all available through KORG's sound library shop at KORG.com. A great feature is that you can download and try out these samples and sounds before buying them. I've downloaded one of the EXS from KORG.com. By the way, the download includes a manual with complete instructions covering everything from system requirements to making room on your disk for the files. Let's load this EXS. As instructed, I've copied the necessary downloaded files from my computer to the USB stick, and I've inserted it into one of the USB-A ports. From the utility page here in disk mode, I select the USB stick. Since I used a Mac to copy the files to my USB stick, you'll notice additional files and folders with an underscore at the start of the name. These are created by the Mac OS. Ignore them and only select files and folders without an underscore prefix. Open the EXS folder and select this file with the suffix EXSINS, which stands for EXS Installer. The Load button changes to Install. Touch Install and OK. Once the installation is done, go to the Load tab. Choose the KRONOS Internal HD, go to the KORG Options folder, then the folder of the EXS you just installed. Select the PCG file, then load. Check the KSC file box so the samples will be loaded along with the programs and combis that use these new samples. They'll be loaded into the user G bank by default, but as you saw before, you can load them into another location if necessary. For now, set KSC allocation to Append. You'll notice the volume fades occasionally. Once you purchase an authorization code online from KORG.com, this fade out is removed. If you like, you can configure the KRONOS to automatically load the samples at startup. Press Global. From the Global Basic Page Group, KSC Auto Load tab. In the list of KSCs, check the Auto Load box next to the EXS you wish to auto load. Lastly, let's load the factory preload demo songs. Disk mode. If you're inside a folder, touch up to come out. The song file we need is in the factory folder. Touch preload.sng, then load. You can either append, meaning add the songs to the songs already in the sequencer, or clear, erase what's in memory and replace it with the songs you are loading. Keep it on clear. We're just loading the song file, so touch OK. Go to sequencer mode and select a song, then press Start. Well, that's it. I hope this helps to kickstart your KRONOS experience. As I mentioned at the start, you can get additional detailed information in the PDF manuals on the accessory disc, and don't forget the Help button. Congratulations on purchasing an instrument that not only inspires you, but gives you the tools to capture that inspiration. KORG KRONOS. Great for live, great for music production, great for sound design. You made the right choice. Come and see. Go with me on a short trip through my hometown of Berlin, where Berlin piano was born in 1853. The piano of choice for great pianists like Franz Liszt and Claude Debussy. Let's take the train
short trip through my home.